It's the Mobile Motorset YouTube Patrol Daily Update. Oh, is that what we're doing here today? Couldn't possibly. I'd like to take the time to special dedication. Moritz B, Sonny D, Chris C, Jesse D, Jimmy P, Funny thing about time is, seems like there's always too much, too little, but never just enough. And then they do this. Sadists, I tell you. Fucking sadists. Yes, I guess I'm okay. I'm fine. Thank you for asking, Sandy. It's the previous stream, but I didn't get a chance to answer. But yeah, no, I mean, all things considered, it was a terrible, terrible accident in Maryland, I believe, not long ago, involving a ship crashing into a major bridge, taking it out, possibly taking out some workers down there. I think they're still getting all the details on that, so find out more about it. But good morning, William. Well, thank you, sir. Well, since it's you, I know Hillary's still streaming. Can't listen to Ironic anymore right now. Some news. Yeah. Richmond Pulse. Remain vigilant. Richmond Police Department gives tips to protect public from robbery. After a recent trend in smash and grab robberies at ATMs, the Richmond Police Department is arming residents with tips on how to avoid being targeted. Quote, "This is not to be fearful, but to remain vigilant," Crime Prevention Manager Michelle Milam said at the department's January 24th crime prevention meeting. "We all have to be mindful, especially when getting in and out of your car or vehicle. Many of the robberies have been committed at banks and ATMs where the thief will often watch the person withdraw money and break into their car once the person has left." Wait, they'll watch them withdraw? Whatever. Okay, that's a lot of 16% increase in robberies in 2023 as compared with 2022. I mean, that's not huge. What's up, Christian Carpenter? Good to see you. Human input critical as tech fights hate with artificial intelligence. Not shitting you. That's what. Pittsburgh. With hate speech growing online, tech companies are facing increasing scrutiny about their role in its spread and pressure to do something about it. Representatives from TikTok, Meta, and Microsoft artificial intelligence experts and nonprofit leaders convened at the Eradicate Hate Global Summit. They suggested AI could reduce bigotry online. But panelists said not to rely on technology alone and stressed the importance of people in moderating problematic content. However, widespread layoffs have eliminated many jobs with such responsibilities. A 2023 Anti-Defamation League survey showed that the online hate rose sharply for adults and teens. USC researchers said that the addictive nature of social media fuels hate speech, misinformation, and desensitization. The United Nations experts said there is an urgent need to hold social media giants accountable for curbing hate. Director of Technology and Human Rights at the World Jewish Congress, I'm not going to, Fat Barack Cheney? Is that his fucking name? I'm sorry. Said that despite challenges, I can't get over that. That's his fucking name, man. Despite challenges, popular social media companies are making progress. It's an everlasting game of chasing after our next step, she said. Barack Cheney said one of the only avenues for someone facing hate is to report it. A frustrating process for many. Okay. Yeah, AI. AI fighting hate speech online. Medi-Cal expanded to all undocumented Californians, but income limits leave many out. No. Oh, yeah. As of January 1st, undocumented immigrants who live in California became eligible for Medi-Cal, provided they meet other eligibility requirements, regardless of age. California is now the only state to fund comprehensive health care for undocumented immigrants. Reported 700,000 people living in California will now have access under the expansion. Oh, this side. City Council considers street maintenance gets virtually invaded by hate group. The Richmond City Council learned on February 6th the average pavement conditions in the city are better than some neighboring cities, but it will need to increase funding just to maintain current conditions. Current funding for the street pavement maintenance is about $4 million per year, which would allow for a gradual decrease in street conditions over the next 10 years. An additional $11 million a year would be needed to maintain current conditions, but the city has options to manage conditions and funding effectively. President of engineering and environmental firm NCE said it is just as important to provide maintenance to streets in good condition as it is to streets in poor condition. Doing so maintains. Okay, where's the hate group? One funding. Come on. Well, I don't want to call these numbers. And then it just says, okay, hate group reemerges during Black History Month. Several Zoom callers spouted anti-Black language after the council honored former Mayor Irma Anderson's life during Black History Month. Okay. Is this like related? It's just like attached, I guess. It just happens to be the. I thought it was like over the roads thing. It was just, I think it was just at the same meeting, adjacent. Whatever. So that's the news for today. That is dead as disco. Contemplating my next moves. Right now, it's just time to step back. Take it slow. They say haste makes waste. Seems to be how I end up in most predicaments. Or impulse control. Well, sometimes. The nature of time keeps moving when you're not. Never seemed to matter. The small, incremental changes. Have no real lasting effect. About the big changes. The new job, the new place, the new relationship. That's where it counts. Somebody was asking me what I wanted to do. I said the same thing I've been saying for the past few years. Record a solid album, go on to. Yeah, not too much to do, but get it done.
Just how this will end when I get what I want and I never want it again. No.
exist?
Not us. We probably maybe get half-inch tops of rain coming in this because of how dry it has been. You know, it is with if we don't have anything like evapotranspiration or a strong Gulf flow, we will not get much precipitation because this is so early in the season. Guess what? We're not going to get much here in southern Wisconsin.
And I am thrilled to have Doc and also Dr. Ken Hoven here to engage this question.
All of this, you could tell, seems to be an effort to just get the Satanists.
And we turn now to a developing story that we have been following. A Sacramento County Sheriff's deputy shot and killed a man this morning. They say that he was carrying a knife.
Now, his family members say the man was suicidal.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said,
I'm going to go to Frank.
Have the freedom to leave.
Why don't you guys put your wings away?
Dude, can you please mute him? I can't. Every time I try to say something, he just won't shut the up.
Yeah, 2 years later, so you preempted him asking for the money by saying you would give him it with interest.
Called Timing is Everything. You can go to my YouTube channel if you want to hear it. Such a blessing at Lady Jeremiah. But listen, it was based off a dream that I had July the 25th at between like 5 a.m. and 5:45 a.m. And in the dream, one of my good friends who's a prophet, and her name means royalty, princess. And what the Lord led me to was that Esther chapter number 4:14. You know, who would know that maybe you were called for such a time as this, or I like to say for such a time as now. Timing.
You just can't go sit there punching people in the head before you lie.
I lived it. I lived in New York City. I had to budget my money, and I lived paycheck to paycheck.
This is kind of a boring conversation anyway.
They're going to be getting plenty of moisture, plenty of energy. They're probably going to get a foot, if not 18 inches of snow north of us. But
Hey, YouTube, let it ride. It's normal. It's normal for me. We got a vehicle taking off on us. You got any move for that boat? You go hands up. Get out of my face!
Several times in the past, and the last information that was just given by a juvenile saying that somebody was about
Listen, some things still need to get straightened out back in America. What could you do?
So over the weekend, someone sent me something from a channel called The Final Experiment. And they didn't really say much other than it was going to be huge. Now, it looks obviously flat earth related, as you can tell. But I don't really know what it is. What experiment could it be? I mean, there's so many experiments that have been done. What could they possibly do?
Mr. Diaz, you're here on a bench warrant appearance. Looks like you maybe violated terms of your bond. They're alleging that you violated term 8 and term 2, which was reported.
Oh, well, yes, you might get more loss with coax than less loss with ladder line, but I find that coax is more versatile when it comes to...
But see, ladder line is balanced, and there's really no loss, even though there's hysteresis loss.
We have an Airbnb here. That's where I'm at right now, actually.
But actually, technically, the way it's worded, the only thing they're renting is their bedroom.
He's wearing a skirt.